Hello, 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 hello. You know, you just don't know what you're going to look like when you do your videos. You don't know if you're going to look swollen, sleepy, tired, decent, or whatever. Right now, it looks weird. Kisses to all my lovely subscribers. Thank you so much for your love and your support. I wanted to come on here really quick and chit chat with you guys because I love doing that. I love talking to you. I know we are due for another live. Put a little color in there. Oh, let me see here. Let me try to do something. Let me go back to my regular spot. This is my regular spot. Let's go back to it. I feel more comfortable down here. Okay. I don't have a whole lot. This is just an impromptu me rattling along about just different things that I'm thinking about. I've been looking at the internet, YouTube, and just checking out some of the stories. One of the stories that I thought was really interesting was on Popcorn Planet. I don't know her name, but she's a regular, they almost do it together sometimes, Popcorn Planet and his assistant, she comes on there. But they were talking about Suits, Meghan's show before she married Harry and became notarized. When we realized, okay, Meghan married a prince. We didn't know who Meghan was, and now we know who she is. We know that she was in this show called Suits. So Netflix has posted Suits, the docuseries, and Invictus all together. And so lately, the Suits has been getting a lot of activity. According to my husband, he read that there were 18 billion minutes of streaming just in the last couple of months on Suits. And I'm like, what? Why is it all of a sudden becoming this thing? And so people are watching it. And I'm curious to know why. Are some watching it because they liked it before? Is some watching it because they're just curious to see if Meghan's a good actress? I could see that. Or, what would be the reason? Because my thought is, number one, is that when you do click on it, you are supporting her. So it's weird that those that don't really care for Meghan but will support her. It's a weird situation to me because it doesn't help, in my opinion, help Meghan be better. It just makes her be worse. Because if she feels like she can get away with, being this rebel and people don't really care, they're going to watch her stuff anyway. They're going to buy her clothes anyway. They're going to admire her and hate her and dislike her all at the same time. We don't hate over here, though. I don't, but I can't speak for some of my subscribers. So maybe I don't have a point with that. Maybe, you guys let me know. But I'm just curious to know. For me, myself, I wouldn't click on Suits. I would go to YouTube and watch like a clip or something if I was curious about her acting skills and stuff. I don't have to go on Netflix to watch a whole season or watch an episode to see her or whatever the case may be. But I'm just a little confused on, the fact that people will watch her stuff regardless of, what she's done. And I really don't even know people are watching her stuff after the Oprah show, what she did to Harry, what she did to everyone. Make sure I say this right. I don't get people, wanting to watch her, follow her, interested in her after all of that. I'm confused by that. but I do see the fascination. But what's interesting to me is that even if she's not this very likable person, people will still buy her stuff. Still, you know, when she comes out with this TIG, subscribe, be a member, and then we'll flip back over to their channel and start talking about analyzing it and start talking about what's going on her channel. I think it's a mistake for me to talk about her and say the things that I'm saying about her and then go and support her is hypocritical. And there's got to be other ways that we can investigate and find out more about her and talk about her without supporting her causes. And this is not one of those videos. I'm not trying to ban Meghan's endeavors. But what I'm saying is, if I am a non-supporter, why would I support that? And clicking on her and watching her shows is supporting her. It's showing that she has a lot of more supporters than we think. Not me. I know she doesn't. It can insinuate that she has a lot more supporters than it shows. Let me put it that way. Let me say that again. When people click on her that are not her supporters, it supports her channel. It supports her. It supports her endeavors. And it makes, number one, her bank account gets better. It makes her popularity, I don't know if her popularity goes up, but it definitely brings attention. If I'm sitting on there and I'm like, oh, let me click and watch the show, and I'm watching the show, that adds to Meghan's bank account, that adds to her reputation, that adds to her popularity, because it doesn't matter to Netflix or anyone out there that is promoting these two, as long as they are promotable. So if they, like Suits, obviously it's being watched more right now for some odd reason, okay? And it supports her and Meghan and Harry, and it helps Netflix to gain whatever it's trying to gain. And so what it does is it puts in their brain, look, people are watching Meghan. Netflix is talking to Meghan. People are watching. Look how the billion streaming, how many streaming hours we have. Look at all of this. You're doing great. We're going to do really good with the Lake film. We're going to do really good with the Invictus. We're going to do really good with everything, because even though you're not popular, people are still interested in what you're doing. Which brings me to this conversation. So I was at the Popcorn Planet, and the young lady that was on there, it was 2 days ago, and she basically said that, oh yeah, I've watched Suits. And mind you, these are some of her biggest critics. We are, me, and a lot of us YouTubers that have channels are her biggest critics. Meaning we are the ones that are out here explaining and evaluating and going and giving everybody all this information about what's going on with these two, and then you guys can chew it up and do what you want to it. But to me, if you're talking about, you know, you're watching, this is what happened. She says, yeah, I watched Suits the other day. As a matter of fact, I watched the whole segment, and I watched it twice. I really like the show. It's a really good show. And then she starts talking about some of the characters on the show. And I'm like, and then all in that sentence, 15 or 10 minutes later, they start talking about Invictus, and how the TIG, and how Popcorn Planet asked his guest, the same guest that said she watched this series of Suits, the same guest that talks about Meghan and Harry and say like they're grifters and all of this other stuff. And, you know, it's confusing to me. Do you support them or you don't? Because when you click on their channel and you're talking about, oh, I watched Suits twice and it was great. It's probably a great movie. It's probably awesome and all of that good stuff. But I can't see myself watching something and supporting something with her, about her, as much as even if I really wanted to watch it, I still wouldn't watch it because I would feel a certain kind of way that, I'm on YouTube talking about you, and then I'm going to sit here and support you. Oh, this movie is great. I'm sorry. And it's unfortunate that those that played in Suits around with her have to be associated with her on this show because of her. Take it how you want it. You can say Suits was a great show, whatever, or you can say, and it probably was. Say, for instance, the people that didn't even know anything about Meghan and Harry being married and stuff. They just watched Suits and they actually did know Meghan. They knew Meghan from Suits. Unlike some of us didn't know her, there are some people that did. And so I could see those people being torn because they had a relationship with her. They knew who she was. And I could see them having a difficult time trying to break loose from something that they really enjoyed, which was Suits. But me, myself, and I'm not invested in Suits because I didn't know anything about Suits from the beginning. But now it's out there for people to see. I'm not going to jump and watch it. I hope I made my point. I really did. And there is nothing against anyone watching Suits, watching it a million times or whatever. Just a end note to that it does pat Meghan on the back and makes her feel like, oh, see, people do care about me. People do like me. And even if they don't, they're still watching me, which makes it good for me because it still puts money in my bank account. It still gives me notoriety. Long as you're looking at me, I don't care if you don't like me or you do, and long as you're supporting. I think it sends a mixed message. Moving on from that. So I want to touch on William just a tad, something about him not attending the World Cup, the Women's World Cup. You know, some people you're not going to be able to make happy no matter what. And so when he announced that he wasn't going to go, him and little Charlotte, I thought it was a beautiful tribute that they did. And I understood immediately that, hey, sometimes you can't make it to everything. My mom and them are having something today, and I told them, I said, we may not make it. I said, it is a lot going on. It's time to get ready for the week, and this is unexpected, but we will try our best. But it's not that we didn't want to, and it's not that William didn't want to go. They just maybe wasn't able to. And so I'm not trying to defend William or whatever, but I just know in my own personal space that it's hard to always be on for everyone all the time, 24/7. And the first time that you decide that you can't be able to do something, then you're looked at as he should have went. And then they had like something going on that maybe Harry should have went and that would have upped his popularity and all that stupid stuff. No, Harry's popularity is shot just like Meghan's. But I do believe that there is, my seasonal subscribers let me know if I'm off or on this. But what I said about, the whole Suits thing, anything that you disagree with that, just let me know because I could be wrong. But I do believe that, Netflix doesn't care. They don't care how they get their money. They just want to get their money. I do know Netflix is losing a lot of money. And if they were doing that well with Suits and the rest of their Invictus and everything else, then why are they losing customers? And why are they losing millions and millions of dollars? It's not written in stone that they are, but the way that they are hanging on to Harry and Meghan, trying to get that money that they from them, it's obvious, because word on the street back in the day, Harry and Meghan's relationship is still on the rocks with Netflix. I do believe that. Give me a moment, guys. They're calling Harry washed up. They're both washed up. One thing that I did agree with the young lady on Popcorn Planet, this is what she said. First, she said she watched Suits like several times and enjoyed it and started talking about some of the characters. And then a few minutes later, and I know I'm switching back because this is a point that I wanted to make in the beginning. This is the whole reason why I brought it up. Then she goes and she says, however, then Popcorn Planet gentleman asked her, he said, how do you think she's going to do with Tig? And she said it's a rehash of something that she's done before. I don't think it's going to turn out the way she thinks. That's the same thing I'm thinking too. But on the flip side of that, guest, if you're watching Suits, then why wouldn't you watch the film? So if you're watching the Suits like you did twice, and then you switch over and you're going to watch the film, because that's exactly what they're going to do. I mean, Tig, you're going to go on there. Sorry, not watch the film. I'm thinking of the lake. Excuse me. I believe they would watch that too. I do. And I think that we have to watch it so we can tell you what's going on about it. But that is not what happened with Suits. Watched it. She thought it was a great show, and you move on from that. But the Tig is an opinionated piece. And so in hindsight, we as YouTubers are going to have to go on there and kind of look at it so that we can come back and give you our opinion about what we saw on there. But I just don't believe that I need to sign up for Tig or be a follower or even look in there to see what's going on. I think there's enough YouTubers out there that go in there and get the content and bring it out. I don't feel like I need to go and support her. That's my point. And I'm not going to do that because I just feel like if I support her, then I agree with the Oprah show, the Spare book, everything that they have done. Then that means I agree with their behavior, and I don't. You know, I don't have a lot on the wedding ring. I really don't. I just don't. It's just, the relationship is in the toilet. It's been in there for a very long time. They're going their separate ways. He's doing his own individual workload, whatever he's going to do. After the Invictus, what is next? What is Harry going to do after the Invictus? The film? Help her with her Tig? That would help. I think them together doing things is better than them doing it apart for some odd reason. Because even with the Invictus, check this out. If Meghan had appeared in it, I don't think it would have changed anything other than us talking about it. But to me, with Harry speaking on it, it really put a dark cloud over it for me. It didn't pump me up. It didn't make me want to watch it. It didn't make me want to watch the video. I don't even know if I watched it to the end, the trailer. And I only watched it once. And I only went on there to hit the down button. Something about a summit with Harry and his family, and they're trying to check their schedules to see if they're going to have a summit with him, which tells me I believe that he's been trying to connect with his family. I believe he's been trying to connect with King Charles and William, and I don't believe that it's the other way around. I believe that he's reaching out to them. I believe Harry wants his family back. Okay, I'm out of here, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. It was an impromptu, Let me know what you think about that. I didn't mean to nothing towards Popcorn Planet in their channel because I love watching them. I just was a little confused or whatever about that moment of it. And so, but all good. I still gave him a thumbs up and always give, you know, a couple of dollars every time I like their segment. But anyway, love you guys. Let me know what you think about my analysis. And tell everybody bye-bye, Kira. Say bye-bye. You gonna brush your teeth? All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye. You gonna let mommy comb your hair? Look how thick this is. Look at all this hair. What is mama supposed to do with all this hair? Okay, we're having a moment with our subscribers, aren't we? Say bye-bye. Say bye-bye to our friends and family, Kira.